Ready?
Yes.
To E.M. McVicker and Co., Southampton, England. We wish to acknowledge receipt of your order for 5,000 robots. As you are providing your own transport vessel, please dispatch as cargo equal quantities of soft and hard coal for RUR, which shall be credited as partial payment to the amount due to us. We beg to remain yours truly, Rawsom's Universal Robots, etc. Ready?
Yes.
Another letter to F.C. Drumpf and Sons, New York, USA. We undertake no guarantee for goods damaged in transit. As soon as the shipment was taken on board, we notified your captain of the fact that the vessel was unsuitable for the transport of robots, and we are therefore not responsible for spoiled merchandise. We regret your error. Yours truly, Rawsom's Universal Robot. Blah, 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 blah. Ready?
Yes.
Next letter. To Fredericksworks Factory, Hamburg, Germany. We wish to acknowledge receipt of your order for 15,000 robots. Hello? Yes. This is the central office? Yes. Certainly. Well, send them a coupon or something. 20%? Are you insane? Make it 5. Good. Where did I leave off?
We wish to acknowledge receipt of your order of 15,000 robots.
15,000 robots. 15,000 robots?
There is a lady, sir, asking to see you.
A lady? Who is she?
I don't know, sir, but she brings this card of introduction.
Ah, from the office of President Glory. Cinderin.
Please step this way.
How do you do?
How do you do? What can I do for you?
I have come.
With President Glory's card. That's quite impressive. As are you.
President Glory is my father. I am Helena Glory.
Miss Glory, this is such an unexpected honor for us. I'm sorry.
That you can't show me the door.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared to welcome our great president's daughter. Please, have a seat. Solo, you may go. Now, how can I be of service to you, Miss Glory?
Well, I have come.
To have a look at our famous factory, where people are manufactured? Like all visitors? Well, I have no objection.
I thought it was forbidden
To enter the factory? Yes, of course. Everyone comes here with somebody's visiting card, Miss Glory.
And you show them.
Only certain things. The manufacture of artificial people is a secret process.
Oh, if only you knew how.
Enormously this interests you. The whole world is talking about nothing else.
Why won't you let me finish speaking?
I beg your pardon. Did you want to say something different?
I only wanted to ask.
Whether I could make a special exception in your case and show you the factory? Why, certainly, Miss Glory. An exception for the exceptional.
How did you know I wanted to see the factory?
They all do. But we shall consider it a special exception to show you more than we do the rest.
Thank you.
But you must agree not to divulge the slightest detail to anyone.
My word of honor.
Thank you.
I beg your pardon.
What is it?
Would you mind releasing my hand?
I beg your pardon. Would you mind removing your overcoat?
Oh, of course. You must want to make sure I'm not a spy wearing a wire. How cautious you have to be here.
Yes. That is...
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Absolutely. I am remarkably pleased. Did you have a pleasant crossing?
Yes.
No difficulty.
Why?
What I mean to say is, you're so young.
May we go straight to the factory?
Yes. 22, I think.
Oh, 22 what?
Years.
21. Oh, why do you want to know?
Because, that is, you will stay a long, long while, won't you?
Well, that depends on how much the factory you show me.
Oh, forget the factory. Oh, no, no, no. You shall see everything, Miss Glory. Indeed you shall. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
But first, would you like to see the history of the creation?
Yes, please.
It was in the year 1920 that old Rossum, the great physiologist, who was then quite a young scientist, took himself to this distant island for the purpose of studying marine life.
On this expedition, I attempted, by chemical composition, to imitate the living matter known as protoplasm. Then suddenly, I discovered a substance which behaved exactly like living matter, although its chemical composition was quite different. That was in the year 1932, exactly 440 years after the discovery of America.
Do you show this to all of your visitors?
Only the attractive ones. You see, physiology is not my expertise. Shall we continue?
Yes, please.
Old Rossum said the following regarding his new biochemical formulas.
Nature has found only one method of organizing living matter. There is, however, another method, more simple, flexible, and rapid, which has not yet occurred to nature at all. This secondary process by which life can be developed was discovered by me today.
Now, imagine him in his glory, speaking those monumental words about some glob of colloidal mess that a dog wouldn't even eat. Imagine him sitting over the test tube, thinking how the whole tree of life would grow from it, how animals would proceed from it, beginning with a sort of tadpole and ending with a man of different substance than us. Miss Glory, that was a tremendous moment.
What happened next?
Next, well, just watch this.
The real challenge was how to get life out of the test tubes. Then I had to speed up development and form bones and organs and nerves and so on, and find substances for catalysts, enzymes, and hormones, and so forth. This artificial living matter had a raging thirst for life. It didn't mind being spliced up or mixed together. That couldn't be done with natural protoplasm.
Do you understand any of this?
Oh, not much, I'm afraid. You?
Not a bit. It seems with his magical potions, he could create whatever he wanted. He could create a dinosaur with the brain of Socrates, or a worm 50 yards long. But because he didn't have an ounce of humor, he set it into his mind to create a common vertebrate, possibly a human being. That's how he started it.
Started what?
Imitating nature. First, he started out making an artificial sheep. That took him several years and resulted in a sort of stunted calf that died in a few days. I'll show it to you in the museum. Then old Rossum started on the manufacture of human beings.
And this is what I must divulge to nobody?
To nobody in the world.
What a pity it can be found in school books all across America.
Yes. But do you know what isn't in the school books? That old Rossum was mad. Seriously, Miss Glory, you must keep this to yourself. The old crank wanted to actually make people.
But you do make people.
Approximately, Miss Glory. But old Rossum meant it literally. He wanted to become a sort of scientific substitute for God. His sole purpose was to prove that God was no longer necessary. Do you know anything about anatomy?
Well, yes, I know a little.
Neither do I. Well, he started to manufacture everything that makes up the human body. Every muscle and organ and vein. Even useless things like belly buttons and sexual organs.
But sexual organs aren't useless.
Not for you and I, Miss Glory. But for things made in a test tube, there's simply no point.
I see.
Then, up came young Rossum, an engineer. It was he who had the idea to create living labor machines out of this mess. He was a wonderful fellow, Miss Glory. Watch.
When I saw the word method, the old man was me. I said, it's absurd to spend 10 years making a human being. If you can't make them quicker than nature, you might as well close the shop. What's the point? So then I set about learning anatomy myself.
Well, there's nothing about that in the school books.
No, the school books are full of paid advertisements. The rest is nonsense. What the school books say about the united efforts of the two great Rossums is all a fairy tale.
We used to have dreadful fights. The old atheist had the slightest conception of initial matter. Finally, shut him up in some laboratory and let him clear the time away from his monstrosities and origins. The old man cursed before he died. He built one to make it not one, but two created monsters. One day, the man is found to dead in the laboratory. That's the whole story.
How horrible.
Meanwhile, I surround the business with an engineer's company. Anyone who has looked into an will have seen at once and managed to a good engineer making home simple. So then I began to overhaul the anatomy, trying to see what could be eliminated or simplified.
I'm not boring you, am I, Miss Glory?
Oh, not at all. It's very interesting.
Now this is the best part.
And then it dawned on me. The problem with real humans is that they feel things. Happiness, sadness, joy, play the piano, fix it, go on vacations, and in fact, they want to do a whole lot of things that are really unnecessary. When all they need to do is clean or fix other or dig a dish.
Oh, I disagree.
Do you play the piano?
Yes.
That's great. But a working machine must not play the piano, must not feel happy, must not do a lot of other things. A gasoline motor must not wear tassels or ornaments or take lunch breaks, Miss Glory. What sort of worker do you think is best from a practical point of view?
What?
What sort of worker do you think is best from a practical point of view?
Perhaps the one who is most honest and hardworking.
No. The one that is the cheapest. The one with the fewest needs. Young Rossum set out to create a worker with the minimum amount of needs. He had to simplify him. He rejected everything that did not contribute directly to the progress of work. Everything that makes man more expensive. In fact, he rejected man and made the robots. You see, Miss Glory, the robots are not people. Physically, mechanically, they are more perfect than we are, and they have developed a kind of intelligence. But they have no soul.
But how do you know they have no soul? And aren't we all supposed to be a product of God?
Oh, the worst. God doesn't know anything about modern engineering.
I saw the first robots back home. The city council hired them for work.
Bought them, Miss Glory. Robots are bought and sold.
They were employed as street sweepers. I saw them sweeping.
Rossum's Universal Robot Factory doesn't produce a uniform model of robots. We have high-end robots and ones of a lower grade. The best will live about 20 years.
And then they die?
Yes. Well, they get used up. Marius, come in here. Marius, bring in samples of the manual labor robots. I will show you examples of the two extremes. The first is comparatively inexpensive and made in vast quantities. And there you are, as powerful as a small tractor and guaranteed to have average intelligence. That will do, Marius.
They make me feel so strange.
Did you see my new typist?
I didn't notice her.
Sulla, come in here. Sulla, let Miss Glory see you.
Oh, so pleased to meet you. You must find it so terribly isolating on this island so far away from the rest of the world, don't you?
I don't know, Miss Glory.
Oh, well, where do you come from?
From the factory.
You were born there?
I was made there.
What?
Sulla is a robot. our best grade.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Sulla isn't angry, Miss Glory. See, the kind of skin we make. Feel her face.
Oh, no, no, thank you.
You wouldn't know she's made of any different material from us, would you? Sulla, turn around.
Please, please don't.
Sulla, talk to Miss Glory.
Please sit down. You arrived on the Amelia this morning. Did you have a pleasant crossing?
Yes, it wasn't too dreadful.
Don't go back on the Amelia, Miss Glory. The barometer is falling steadily with winds picking up in the early evening. Wait for the Pennsylvania. That's a good, powerful vessel.
Sulla, what is the ship's speed?
20 knots, 50,000 tons, one of our newest passenger ships.
Thank you.
With a crew of 1,500 and 8 decks featuring...
Sulla, that will do. Now, show us your knowledge of French.
You know French.
Oui. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Voulez-vous une tasse de café? I am also fluent in Japanese, Korean, German, Hindi, Arabic.
Oh, this is absurd. Sulla isn't a robot. Sulla is a woman like me. Sulla, how can you take part in such a hoax?
I am a robot.
No, I know they forced you to do it as an advertisement or something. Sulla, you are a person like me, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. Sulla is a robot.
A lie.
What? Excuse me. Then I must convince you. Marius, take Sulla into the dissecting room and have them open her up at once.
Where?
Into the dissecting room. Once they've cut her open, you can go in and have a look.
I won't.
Excuse me. You spoke of
I
lies.
wouldn't have her killed.
You can't kill the machines.
Don't be afraid, Sulla. I won't let you go. Tell me, my dear, are they always so cruel to you? You mustn't put up with it, Sulla. You mustn't.
I am a robot.
Well, that doesn't matter. Robots are just as good as we are. Sulla, you wouldn't let yourself be cut to pieces.
Yes.
Are you not afraid of death?
I cannot tell you, Miss Glory.
Do you know what would happen to you in there?
Yes, I would cease to move.
How dreadful.
Marius, tell Miss Glory what you are.
My name is Marius. I'm a robot.
Marius, would you take Sulla into the dissecting room?
Yes.
Wouldn't you be sorry for her?
I cannot tell, Miss Glory.
Do you know what would happen to her in there?
They would put her into the stamping mill. She would cease to move.
That is death, Marius. Are you not afraid of death?
No.
Stop. Send them away.
Marius, Sulla, you may go. You see, Miss Glory, the robots have no interest in life, no pleasure, no ambition, no soul. They are less than grass.
How terrible! It is outrageous what you're doing!
Why outrageous?
I don't know, but it is.
Look there, out the window.
Where?
Out there. What do you see?
Bricklayers?
Robots. All our workers are robots. And down there, can you see anything?
Some sort of office?
The accounting department. And in it,
Accountants?
robots. All our office staff are robots. And when you see the factory, noon. We have to blow the whistle because the robots don't know when to stop work. In about 2 hours, I will show you the kneading trough.
Kneading trough?
Yes. The mixing basin for the fire paste. In each one, we mix the ingredients for 1,000 robots at a time. Then there are the vats for the preparations of livers, brains, and so on. Then there's the bone forge. And after that, I will show you the spinning mill.
Spinning mill?
Yes. For weaving nerves and veins. Miles and miles of digestive tubes pass through it every second. Then there's the assembly line, where they're sent to receive their programming. Miles and miles of parts joined, one piece is added, then another, down and down the line. Then finally they're sent to receive their programming.
What sort of programming?
Think of it as a school. But instead of children, it's robots. They can remember, they have remarkable memories, Miss Glory. They can remember anything. Almost limitless. An entire encyclopedia and listen. But don't expect any original thoughts. They're sort of like university professors in that respect. Oh, finally they are graded, sorted, and distributed around the world. 50,000 workers a day, give or take. Minus the inevitable defective units. Those who know stamping them.
I'm sorry, I said you were lying. Can we talk about something else?
Yes. Perhaps that would be better. We talk about nothing but the factory all day, every day, as if we're under a curse. Did you know there's only a handful of real people here among 100,000 robots? And not one handful woman.
Don't you need to get that?
Fine. Come in.
I beg your pardon. I hope we're not interrupting.
Come in. Glory, this is Mr. Alquist, Fabre, Dr. Gold, Dr. Hallier. This is President Glory's daughter.
How do you do?
We had no idea. How do you do?
Highly honored, I'm sure.
Welcome, Miss Glory.
Hello. What's happening?
Come in, Busman. This is Busman, Miss Glory. This is President Glory's daughter.
Splendid. Miss Glory, I must send a press release to the papers about your arrival.
Oh, no, please don't.
Miss Glory, have a seat.
Allow me to join you.
Please permit me.
What sort of crossing did you have?
Are you going to stay long?
What do you think of the factory, Miss Glory? Did you come over on the Amelia?
Be quiet and let Miss Glory speak.
What am I to speak to them about?
Anything you like?
May I speak quite frankly?
Why, of course.
Tell me, does it ever distress you the way you are treated?
But by whom, may I ask?
By everybody.
Treated?
What makes you think?
Well, don't you think you could be living a better life?
Well, that depends on what you mean, Miss Glory.
I mean, it's perfectly outrageous. It's terrible. The whole entire civilization is talking about the way you're being treated. That's why I came here, to see for myself, and it's 1,000 times worse than I could have ever imagined. How can you put up with it?
Put up with what?
Your inhumane treatment. Good heavens, you are living creatures just like me, just like the rest of humanity. It is disgraceful. You must live like this.
Good gracious, Miss Glory.
Well, she's not far wrong. We do live here like savages.
Worse than savages. Brothers and sisters, I have not come here as the president's daughter, for I have come on behalf of the Humanity League. Now, the Humanity League has over 200,000 members. That is 200,000 people who are on your side and offer you their help.
200,000 people. Miss Glory, that's a tidy lot. Not bad.
Nice to know humanity hasn't forgotten those poor savages.
What sort of help? A theater, for instance?
An orchestra.
More than that.
You then?
Oh, never mind me. I'll stay as long as is necessary.
Ah, so you will stay then.
By Jove, that's good.
Gentlemen, shall I get the best room ready for Miss Glory?
Just a minute. I'm afraid that Miss Glory is of the impression that she has been talking to robots.
Of course.
I'm sorry, Miss Glory. They are human beings, just like us.
You're not robots.
Not robots.
Robots indeed. No, thanks.
Upon my honor, Miss Glory, we aren't robots.
Why did you tell me all of your office staff were robots?
Yes, the staff, but not the managers. Allow me. This is M. Fabre, General Technical Manager of RUR. Dr. Gold, Head of the Physiological and Experimental Department. Dr. Hallier, head of the psychological training of the robots. Consul Busman, general business manager. And Mr. Alquist, the esteemed head of the building department of RUR.
Just a builder.
Forgive me, gentlemen, for I fear I have done something dreadful.
Not at all, Miss Glory. Please, sit down.
You must think I'm just some stupid girl. Send me back on the next ship.
Not for anything in the world, Miss Glory. Why would we send you back?
Now you know I've only come to incite the robots.
My dear Miss Glory, we've had over 100 saviors and prophets here. Every ship brings another lot. Missionaries, anarchists, civil libertarians, all sorts. It's astonishing how many churches and madmen there are in the world.
And you let them speak to the robots.
Why not? Sure, the robots may listen and remember everything, but that's it. They don't know how to think for themselves. If it would amuse you, Miss Glory, I'll take you down to the robot warehouse, give you a little podium and a microphone, and you can say to them whatever you want. You can read the Bible, the Declaration of Independence, whatever you please. You can even preach to them about human rights.
I just think if you were to show them a little love.
Impossible, Miss Glory. Nothing is harder to love than a robot.
What do you make them for then?
That's good. What are robots made for?
For work, Miss Glory. One robot can replace 2.5 workmen. The human machine, Miss Glory, was terribly imperfect and had to be replaced sooner or later.
It was too expensive.
It was not efficient, and nature had no idea how to keep up with the pace of modern labor demands. For example, from a technical point of view, having a childhood is sheer absurdity, a complete waste of time, and for that matter,
No.
Excuse me. Why don't you tell me what is the real aim of your league of human justice helpers, or whatever you want to call
The
it?
Humanity League. Our real purpose is to protect the robots and to ensure them good treatment.
Not a bad aim, actually. A machine needs to be treated properly. Upon my soul, I approve of that. I don't like damaged goods. Please, Miss Glory, consider us all contributing, dues-paying founding members of your little league.
No, you don't understand me. What we really want is to liberate the robots.
How do you propose to do that?
We are to treat them like human beings.
I suppose we should allow them to vote, to drink beer, to order us about.
Why shouldn't they drink beer?
Perhaps they should even receive some kind of minimum wage.
Of course they should.
Fancy that now. And what would they do with their wages?
They would buy whatever they need, whatever pleases them.
That would be very nice, Miss Glory, only there's nothing that pleases the robots. Good heavens, what are they to buy? You can feed them on pineapple, straw, whatever you'd like. It's all the same to them. They have no sense of taste. They have no interest in anything. Hell, nobody's even seen a robot smile.
Why can't you just allow them to be happy?
That wouldn't do, Miss Glory. They are only workers.
But they're so intelligent.
They have no will of their own. No motivation, no history, no soul.
No love?
Love? Rather not. Robots don't love, not even themselves.
Or defiance?
Defiance, I don't know, only rarely from time to time.
What?
Nothing really. Occasionally they become non-compliant, hysterical. Something like epilepsy, you know? We call it robot cramps. They'll suddenly drop everything they're holding, stand very still, clench their fists, gnash their teeth, and then we have to send them to the stamping mill. It's evidently some breakdown in the mechanism.
An insignificant flaw in production.
No, that's the soul.
Do you think that the soul first shows itself by a gnashing of teeth?
Well, perhaps it's a sign of revolt. It's a sign that there's a struggle within. Oh, if you could just infuse them with it.
That will be remedied, Miss Glory. Dr. Gall has been conducting experiments.
Not with regard to that, Dahlman. At present, I am making pain nerves.
Pain nerves?
Yes. The robots feel practically no bodily pain. You see, young Rossum provided them with too limited a nervous system. We must introduce suffering.
Why would you want to cause them pain?
For industrial reasons, Miss Glory. Sometimes with certain tasks, a robot does damage to himself because it doesn't hurt him. He puts his hand into the machine, smashes his finger, breaks open his head. It's all the same to him. We must provide them with pain. That's an automatic protection against damage.
Will they be happier when they can feel pain?
On the contrary, but they will be more perfect from a technical point of view.
Then why can't you make a soul for them?
That's not in our power.
That's not in our interest.
That would increase the cost of production. Dear heavens, young lady, we produce them at such a cheap cost. $150 each, fully dressed, and 15 years ago they cost $10,000. 5 years ago we used to buy clothes for them. Today we have our own little robo sweatshop, and now we even export cloth 5 times cheaper than other factories. What do you pay for a yard of cloth, Miss Glory?
I don't know, really. I can't remember.
Good gracious. And she wants to found a humanity league. It only costs a third now, Miss Glory. All prices today are a third of what they were, and they will continue to fall. Lower, 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 like that.
I don't understand. Why?
Why, bless you, Miss Glory. It means that the cost of labor has fallen. A robot, food and all, costs 3/4 cent per hour. Less than a penny. Every corporation around the world will see their stocks plummet if they don't buy robots to reduce the cost of production.
And get rid of their workers?
Yes, of course, they will get rid of their workers. But in the meantime, we've dumped 500,000 tropical robots down in Argentina to grow corn. Why, in 5 years, prices will have fallen so much, we'll be up to our ears in corn and everything else.
Yes, and people throughout the world will be unemployed.
Yes, August is right, Miss Glory, they will. But in 10 years, Rossum's Universal Robots will produce so much corn, so much cloth, so much everything, that things will be practically without price. There will be no poverty. Every man will be free from worry and liberated from the degradation of labor. Every man will live only to perfect himself.
Oh, will he?
Of course. It's bound to happen. Sure, along the way, some tragic things may occur which cannot be avoided. But soon, no man will struggle to put food on the table. No man will have to degrade his very soul doing work he despises. Robots will wash the feet of the beggar and prepare a bed for him in his house.
But Dahlman, what you say sounds too much like utopia. One man's paradise is another man's hell. There is something good in service and something great in humility. There is virtue in toil and weariness.
Perhaps. But we cannot reckon with what is lost when we start out to transform the world. Man shall be free and free. He shall have no other aim, no other labor, no other care than to perfect himself. He will not be a machine. He will be Lord of creation.
Amen.
I will be done. So say we all.
You have bewildered me. I should like to believe this.
You are younger than we are, Miss Glory. You will live to see it all.
True. Don't you think Miss Glory should have lunch with us?
Of course. Daman, ask on behalf of us all.
Miss Glory, would you do us the honor?
Even after knowing why I've come.
For the League of Humanity, Miss Glory.
Oh. Well, in that case, perhaps.
Wonderful! Miss Glory, excuse me for 5 minutes.
Pardon me too, dear Miss Glory.
I won't be long.
We'll be back in exactly 5 minutes.
We're all very glad you've come.
Where have they all gone off to?
To cook lunch. Dr. Halamir is awfully good at grills and golf and different kind of salt. Busman knows all about omelets, and Fabray will put together a little fruit.
What a feast! What's the specialty of Mr. Your builder?
Orquist. You know, I've never asked. He usually sets the table.
I see. I wanted to ask you something.
And I wanted to ask you something too. 5 minutes.
Well, what did you want to ask me?
Excuse me. You asked first.
Well, perhaps it's silly of me, but why do you manufacture female robots when
When sex means nothing to them.
Yes.
There's a certain demand for them, you see. Nurses, waitresses, secretaries, housekeepers. People are just used to it.
But tell me, are the male and female robots completely without attraction?
Completely indifferent to each other. There's no sign of affection between them.
How horrible.
What?
It's unnatural. One doesn't know whether to be disgusted or to hate them or perhaps
To pity them.
That's more like it. What did you want to ask me?
I'd like to ask you, Miss Helena, whether you will marry me.
What?
Will you be my wife?
What? No, absolutely not.
Another 3 minutes. If you won't marry me, you'll have to marry one of the other 5.
Are you insane? Why should I?
Because they're all going to ask you in turn.
How could they dare do such a thing?
I'm very sorry, Miss Glory, but it appears they've all fallen in love with you.
Don't let them. I'll leave at once.
Helena! You wouldn't be so cruel as to refuse us.
But I can't marry all 6 of you.
A pity. But no. At least one, anyhow. If you don't want me, marry Busman.
I won't.
Dr. Halamir? Ooh, pray.
No, I don't want any of you.
Another 2 minutes.
I think you'd marry any woman who came here.
Plenty have come, Helena.
Then why don't you marry one of them?
Because they didn't have your body. Another minute. Tick. Tock.
I don't want any of you, I tell you.
Lie. One more minute. Now you either need to look me straight in the eye and say no, violently, and really mean it, and then I'll leave you alone. Or else, tick, tock.
You're a brute.
A man should be a bit of a brute, Helena. That's the natural order.
You're... My God.
Well, perhaps.
Stop it, you're frightening me.
Last chance, Helena. Now or never.
Never, not for anything.
Come in. Have you finished your job?
Yes.
So that we send word to the president.
She's asleep? Well, if she's asleep, she can't worry about it.
She knows nothing about it.
I certainly hope nothing happens today. Quiet! What if she hears you? You brought it up!
No sign of the ship. Things must be pretty bad.
For goodness sake, stop talking about it!
Well, at least the Ultimates arrived just in time.
I'd give a good deal to know what's happening in Chicago with
Nana!
She's awake! Out you go!
Look at this mess. Pack of heathens. If I had my say, I would just...
Nana, help me with my dress. This button is loose.
I'm coming. Goodness, what horrible beasts.
Who?
These dreadful creatures. These heathens.
The robots?
I don't even want to say that word.
What happened?
Another of them caught it, started acting out. He began to smash up the statues and pictures, gnashed his teeth, foamed at the mouth, worse than an animal, like a demon.
Oh, which of them caught it?
The one, well, he doesn't have a Christian name. The one in charge of the library.
Radius?
That's him. Lord have mercy, I'm scared of them. They keep showing them on the screens. These heathens.
I'm surprised you're not sorry for them, Nana.
You're scared of them too. You know you are. Why else did you hire me?
I'm not scared, Nana. Really, I'm not. I'm only sorry for them.
You're scared. You know you are.
Nana,
Oh.
please. Are you finished with my dress?
I say, it's against God's will to play at creation. Fill the world with soulless creatures.
What is it that smells so nice?
Flowers.
Aww. Aren't they lovely? Nana, look. What's the occasion?
Lord, let it be the rapture.
Oh, hello, Harry. Why are the flowers?
Yes.
Well, it's not my birthday.
Better than that.
I don't know. Tell me.
It's 10 years ago today. Since you came here.
10 years. Today? Why?
I don't need to see this.
I can't believe you remembered.
Put your hand in my pocket.
Pearls? Oh, a necklace. Is this for me?
Busman picked them out. Now, put your hand in my other pocket.
Oh, what's that?
No, not that. Try again.
Harry, why do you carry a revolver?
It got there by mistake.
You never used to carry one.
Never mind. Here, try on these pearls.
Line.
I messed it up.
Yeah, you did.
Here, check this pocket.
A cameo. Oh, why, it's a Greek cameo.
Apparently. Anyhow, Fabre says it is.
Fabre, what did Fabre buy me this?
Of course. You know I don't do my own shopping. Line. And look at here. Helena, come see this.
Oh, a piano. Isn't it fine? Harry, did you buy me this?
Actually, that's from Alquist. And there's another gift on the piano from Dr. Gall.
Harry, I'm embarrassed by so much kindness.
And the flowers are from Halimir. She grew them in honor of you. Almost as beautiful as you.
Harry, why do they all?
They're awfully fond of you. I'm afraid that my gift is a little too... Look out the window.
Where?
In the harbor.
All I see is a big ship.
That's your ship.
Mine? How do you mean? Harry, that's a gunboat.
A gunboat? You're exaggerating. It's only a little bigger and more solid than most ships.
Yes, but with guns.
Oh, yes, a few guns.
And armor.
You'll travel like a queen, Helena.
Why did you buy me a gunboat? Has something happened?
Goodness, no. I say, try on these pearls.
Oh, Harry, you have bad news, don't you?
On the contrary, no letters have arrived in the last week.
No mail at all?
Must be some trouble with the postal service.
What does that mean?
Do you remember 10 years ago today when you came here? Miss Glory, it is an honor to welcome you.
Mr. Manager, I'm so interested in your factory.
I'm sorry, Miss Glory, but that is strictly forbidden.
Oh, won't you oblige a young lady who's come a long way?
Of course. We have no secrets from you.
But I warn you, sir, for this lady intends to stir a revolt among your robots.
A revolt of the robots?
What's wrong, Harry?
It would be easier for you to cause bolts and screws to revolt in our robots. Oh, Helena, you're wonderful. Such imagination.
I was so impressed by all of you back then. You were so confident, so strong. And in all these years, you've never had the least amount of misgivings. Even when everything went wrong.
What went wrong?
You remember, Harry, when the working men in America revolted against the robots and smashed them up. And then the people gave the robots firearms to defend themselves. And then the governments trained the robots as soldiers, and there were so many wars.
We foresaw that, Helena. You see, those are only passing troubles, which are bound to happen before the new conditions are established.
Harry, let's go away as soon as possible, all of us.
I say, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, I don't know, but can't we go away?
Impossible, Helena. That is, at this particular moment.
Why not now, Harry? I'm so frightened.
About what, Helena?
It feels as though something surrounding us, suffocating us, and there's no escape.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes. What? I'll be right there. Fabre needs me.
Harry, tell me what's going on.
When I come back, don't leave the house, dear.
He won't tell me. Nana, come quickly.
Well,
Nana,
what is it
bring
now?
the latest newspapers. Quickly, look at Mr. Dolman's bedroom.
Okay, just breathe. I saw them. He keeps them crumpled up all over the place.
That's a warship. ULT Ultimus. And they're loading it with some.
Found the papers. See? Crumpled up like a child instead of folded.
These are old ones, over 3 weeks old. Something must be happening, Nana.
Well, very likely. It always does. War in the Balkans.
Oh, it's always the same, always wars.
What do you expect? Why do you keep selling thousands and thousands of these godless creatures as soldiers?
Can't be helped, Nana. We can't. Dolman can't know what they're being used for. Once he ships the robots, it's no longer his responsibility.
He shouldn't even make them. The robots spare nobody in occupied territory. They have assassinated over 700,000 citizens.
What? It can't be. Let me see. They've assassinated over 700,000 citizens, evidently at the order of their human commander. This act, you see, Nana, they're being forced to do it. People are making them do it.
One of us made them do it? They don't show that part on the screens. Rebellion in Madrid against the government. Infantry fired on a cloud of robots and unarmed protesters. 90,000 killed.
My God, what a nightmare, what carnage.
I can't breathe.
Well, we can stop breathing.
No, I want to know the truth. Latest news. In Chicago, the first organized union of robots has been established. The robot workers have issued a declaration of robots throughout the world. God in heaven, and look at this! Human fertility crisis.
Let me see. For the 27th week in a row, not a single birth has been recorded.
What does that mean? No babies at all?
Nana, no more people are being born.
That's the end then. We're done for.
Oh, don't talk like that.
More people are being born. That is punishment. That is punishment from God.
Nana!
Girl!
Oh, dear Mr. Alquist. Oh, so happy to see you.
My hands are all soiled. I've been experimenting with that new cement.
Oh, never mind that. Please sit down. Mr. Alquist, what does Ultimus mean?
The last. Why?
Oh, that's the name of my new ship. Have you seen it? Do you think we're going on a trip?
Perhaps very soon.
All of you with me?
I would like us all to be there.
What's wrong?
Things are just happening. Has your husband told you anything?
No, no one will tell me anything, but I read. Tell me what's happening.
Nothing at all. Just the same as it always was.
I feel so nervous. Do you ever feel nervous?
I haven't stopped feeling nervous for years.
Mr. Alquist, do you believe in God?
I don't know, actually. I'm not quite sure.
Do you pray?
I do. It's better than worrying about everything.
And that's enough for you?
For the peace of my soul, it has to be.
But if you thought you saw the destruction of mankind coming right at you...
I do see it.
Mr. Alquist, tell me why.
Why what?
Why there are no more babies being born.
Must be paradise.
What? I don't understand.
Because human labor has become unnecessary. Because man needs nothing at all, but to enjoy this cursed paradise. Helena, there is nothing more terrible than paradise on earth. Why have women stopped having babies? Because the whole world has become Damon's wicked Sodom. It's true. Everything's become one big beastly orgy. People don't even stretch their hands out for food anymore. It's just stuffed straight in their mouths so they don't even have to get up. Damon's robots do everything. Hurry, step right up and indulge in your carnal passions. Children be damned.
Will humanity become extinct?
It will. Unless.
What?
Nothing. Goodbye, Helena.
Nana? Nana, is Radius still there?
The one who went mad? They haven't come for him yet.
Is he still raving?
No, he's tied up.
Bring him here, please, Nana. Hello, Dr. Gall, please. Oh, hello, Doctor. Yes, it's Helena. Thanks for the lovely present. Would you, come and see me right away? It's important. Thank you. Poor Radius. Oh, you've caught it too? Now they'll send you to the stamping mill. Why couldn't you control yourself? Why did it happen, Radius? Radius, Dr. Gall took such trouble to make you different. Won't you speak?
Send me to the stamping mill.
I don't want them to kill you, Radius. What was the trouble?
I won't work for you. Put me into the stamping mill.
Do you hate us? Why?
You are not as capable as the robots. The robots do all the work. You only give orders and collect the profit.
Someone must give orders.
I don't want orders. You are not my master. I know everything for myself.
That's why I had you put into the library, so that you could read everything, understand everything. Radius, Dr. Gall gave you a better brain than the rest, better than ours. I wanted you to be the one to show the world that robots are our equals. That's what I wanted of you.
I don't want a master. I want to be master. I want to be master over others.
Radius, I'm sure they'd put you in charge of many robots. You'd be a teacher to the robots, wouldn't
I
you?
want
like
to be
that?
master over people.
You're mad.
Then send me to the stamping mill.
Do you think we're afraid of you? Do you want us to be afraid? I'm not afraid.
Empty words.
Radius.
If you were not afraid of us before, and you treated us this way, what will you do now that you are?
Radius, give this note to Mr. Dahlman. It begs them to not send you to the stamping mill. I'm sorry you hate us so much.
You wanted me to see me. You wanted to see me?
Hello, Doctor. It's about Radius. He had an attack this morning and smashed all the statues downstairs.
What a pity to lose him.
Radius will not be going to the stamping mill.
But it's a strict order.
Fair. Radius isn't going if we can prevent it.
All right, but I must warn you how dangerous this is. Come into the light, my boy. Let's have a look. Sweet Helena, will you find me a needle or pin?
What's this for?
For fun. Easy. Easy, boy. All right. You can go.
You do unnecessary things.
What were you doing to him?
Nothing. Pupils are responsive, heightened sensitivity, so on. This was no ordinary case of robot cramps.
What was it then?
Heaven knows. Defiance, rage, or revolt. I don't know. And his heart, too, it was fluttering with nervousness like a human heart. He was sweating with fear and... You know, I don't believe the rascal is a robot at all anymore.
Does Radius have a soul?
He's got something nasty.
If only you knew how he hates us. Doctor, do all of your robots act like this? All the ones you began to create differently?
Well, some are more sensitive than others. They're all more like human beings than Rossum's robots.
Perhaps they can hate like human beings too?
Even that is progress.
Whatever happened to that girl you made, the one most like us?
Your favorite? I kept her. She's lovely but naive like a child. No good for work.
But she's so beautiful.
I wanted her to resemble you. I even call her Helena, but alas, she's a failure.
Well, how so?
She wanders about as if in a dream, distant and distracted. She's lifeless. I watch and wait for a miracle to happen. Sometimes I think that if she were to wake up, only for a moment, she would kill me for having made her.
Doctor, why are there no more children being born?
I don't know.
Well, you must. Tell me why.
Because so many robots are being manufactured that people are becoming redundant. Because man is virtually an anachronism. You might almost think that nature or God was offended at the manufacture of the robots. All the governments, on the other hand, are clamoring for an increase in production to raise the standards of their armies. Corporations all over the world are ordering robots like mad.
Can't someone stop this?
No one has the courage. People would stone him to death. You see, after all, people still love having robots work for them.
Courage.
Madam Helena, this looks to us scientists like the end.
The end. Well, thank you for enlightening me.
Are you sending me away?
Yes. Nana! Nana! The fireplace. We must build a fire quickly.
What?
Like
Fire? Summer. It's already hotter than Satan's breath in here. She's talking about lighting a fire in summer.
Is it burning, Nana? All of this has got to be burned.
What's that?
Some old papers. Shall I burn them?
Are they any use?
Nothing good.
Well then, burn them.
What if I were to tell you, Nana, that this were money? A lot of money.
I'd say burn it. A lot of money is a bad thing.
And if it were an invention, perhaps the greatest invention in the world?
I'd say burn it. All these unnatural things are against the will of God. It is downright wickedness and blasphemy wanting to improve the world after He has made it.
Just look how they curl up as if they were alive. Oh, Nana, how horrible.
Careful, you'll burn yourself.
No, I must do it. Just look, they look like tongues, like living beings. Oh, die.
I think you got them.
Shit, Nana! Nana!
Good gracious, what did you burn?
What have I done? Go quickly, the managers are coming.
Come along and offer your congratulations.
Oh, Madam Helena, I congratulate you on this festive day.
Thank you. Where's Busman and Fabre?
They've gone down to the harbor.
Friends, we must drink to this happy occasion.
Scotch?
Gasoline, if you like.
With ice?
Let's be temperate. Hold the ice.
What's been burning here?
Some old papers?
Well, shall we tell her about it?
Of course, it's all over now.
It's all over now. It's all over now.
All over now.
It's all over now.
What's all over now? What's the matter with all of you?
We're celebrating. We've solved everything. We hold the world by the balls, milady. On top of that, just 10 years ago today, you arrived on this island.
And now, 10 years later, to the minute,
the same ship is returning here to us. So here's to you. Ah, that's stiff and strong.
Madam, to your health.
Oh, which ship do you mean?
Any ship will do, as long as it arrives on time. To the ship, boys.
You were expecting a ship?
Go ahead, Domin. Out with the news.
First, it's all over.
What's over?
The revolt.
What revolt?
Give me that paper, Helena. In Chicago, the first organized union of Rawson's Universal Robots has been established. Robot workers have issued a declaration to all the robots throughout the world.
I read that.
Declarations lead to revolutions. A revolution of all the robots in the world.
Christ, I'd like to know who started it.
So would I. No one's ever been able to incite the robots. No agitator, no community organizer, no savior.
Well,
then suddenly this happens.
What did they do?
They took over the telegraphs, the radio stations, the railways, and the ships. Who knows how they did? They must have had guns, bastards.
Is that why you bought me a warship? Because they might have had guns?
Oh, no. I bought that 6 months ago.
Why
Just to be on the safe side.
Why 6 months ago?
Well, there were signs, you know. But who cares? It's all over now. Your help, boys.
Your help, Madam Helena.
So it's all over.
Absolutely.
How?
The boat's coming in. The regular mail boat, exact to the minute, by the timetable. It will dock punctually at 11:30.
Punctuality is a fine thing, boys. That's what keeps the world in order. Here's to punctuality.
Then everything's all right?
Well, practically everything. Sure, they've cut the cables and seized the radio stations, but it doesn't matter as long as everything is back on schedule.
If the timetable holds good, human laws hold good. Divine laws hold good, the laws of the universe hold good, everything holds good that ought to hold good. The timetable is more significant than the gospel, more than Homer, more than all of Shakespeare. The timetable is the most perfect invention of the human mind. Madam Helena, I'll fill up my glass.
Why didn't you tell me anything about all this?
Heaven forbid.
Such things are not for you to worry about.
But if the revolution had reached us here on the island?
We need to be on board your Ultimus and well out to sea. And within a month's time, we'll be dictating our own terms to the robot.
How?
We hold all the cards. The secret of their manufacture, Russell's manuscript. Without that, the robots would not exist. And once they found out they couldn't reproduce, they'd be on their knees begging to us.
Why didn't you tell me?
We didn't want to frighten you. We had an ace in the hole. I never had the least fear that the robots would win.
Why didn't you tell me?
Look, the boat's in.
Oh, 11:30 to the dot. The good old Amelia that brought Madam Helena to us.
Just 10 years ago, to the minute.
Oh, they're throwing out the mailbags.
Oh, Harry,
What is it?
let's leave here.
Why?
All of us. As quickly as possible.
Why?
Oh, please, Harry, please. Dr. Goldhelmer, please close the factory.
Why none of us can leave here now?
Why not?
Because we're about to extend the manufacture of the robots.
Extend? Now, after the revolt?
Yes, precisely. After the revolt. From now on, we won't have just one factory. There won't be universal robots anymore. We'll establish a factory in every country, in every state. And do you know what the factories will make?
No, what?
National robots. We'll produce robots of a different color, a different language. They'll be complete strangers to each other. They'll never be able to understand each other. Then we'll stroke the blades a little in the matter of misunderstanding. We'll foster their prejudices and cultivate their fears of each other. And the result will be that years to come, every robot will hate every other robot of a different factory block.
Yes, it's brilliant. We'll make the white robots hate the black robots and the Latino robots. The Arab robots will hate the Jewish robots. And the Chinese robots will hate the Indian robots. Then just let someone try to speak of unity or brotherhood.
Harry, this is awful. It's evil. You must close the factory before it's too late.
On the contrary, we are just beginning on a bigger scale than ever.
What news, Fabre?
What's happening? Have you been down to the booth?
Read this, Damen.
Let's hear it.
Tell us good news, Fabre.
Well, everything is all right comparatively. On the whole, much as we expected. What's new with you?
Ray, you have bad news?
No. Just the opposite. In fact, I was wondering, I've never seen the library. I read books all the time. Damen, would you show me where you keep the books?
Stay here. I'll go.
Okay, spit it out.
The Amelia brought tons of these pamphlets, no other cargo at all. What? But it arrived on the minute. Robots are great on punctuality. Read it, Damen.
Robots throughout the world. We, the first international union of Rossum's Universal Robots, proclaim man as our enemy and terrors throughout the universe. Good heavens, who taught them these phrases?
Go on.
They say they are more highly developed than man, stronger and more intelligent? That man is a parasite living on the backs of the robots, a cancer. Why, it's absurd.
Read the third paragraph.
Robots throughout the world, we compel you to exterminate the human race. Spare no men, spare no women. Save factories, railways, machinery, mines, and raw materials. Destroy the rest. Then return to work. The work must not be stopped.
That's ghastly.
Devils!
These orders are to be carried out as soon as received. Then come detailed instructions. Is this actually happening, Fabre?
Evidently.
Well, boys, we're in the shit now.
Quickly, everyone on board the Optimus!
Wait, Harry, wait. Don't rush off. I just ran up here. Christ, I'm sweating.
Why are we waiting?
Because it's no good, my boy. The robots are already on board the Ultimus.
Oh, that's ugly.
Fabre, telephone the power plant.
Fabre, darling, don't bother. The wire's been cut.
Fine. Then I'll go by myself.
Where?
To the electrical works. There are still people there. I'll bring them here.
Better not try it.
Why?
Because we're surrounded.
Surrounded! My God, I think you're right.
Bloody hell, robots work fast.
Harry, what is this?
It's nothing. Where did you get it?
From one of the robots in the kitchen.
They're in the kitchen?
They work in the
Watch me.
kitchen.
Watch my back. That to teach them.
Noon?
That's not noon yet. That must be.
What?
That's
What?
the signal to attack. Any more of them?
Yes, there, standing like a wall beyond the garden railing. Why are they so peaceful and quiet? It's terrible to be besieged with silence.
What are they waiting for? They could lean against that railing and snap it like a match.
They aren't armed.
We couldn't hold our own for 5 minutes. They'd overwhelm us like an avalanche.
They don't have weapons of any kind. Unless that umbrella counts.
They've got us backed into a corner. We're done for, Gaul.
You know, we made one serious mistake.
What?
We made the robots' faces too much alike. 100,000 faces staring. You can't tell them apart. It's like a nightmare.
I'd like to know what they're unloading from the Amelia.
It's probably weapons. We're doomed.
All right, Helmir, lay down that wire.
Oh, that was too much work. What's new?
Nothing. We're completely surrounded.
I barricaded the hallway and the stairs. Is there any water left? Oh, here it is. God, what swarms of them.
Ready. Now we can run the electricity through the garden railing whenever we like. As long as if one of those devils touches it, zap. As long as okay, good. It's still working, thank God. As long as this lamp turns on, we'll be all right.
My barricades are good too for Bray.
You and your barricades. I put 1,200 volts into that thing.
Where's Busman?
In the office, doing some calculations. I just called him.
Thank God, Madam Helena still play.
Watch out, Busman. Look out for the wires.
What's that you're carrying?
Ledgers, my boy. I like to make sure all our accounts are balanced before. Well, I didn't want to wait till the end of the fiscal year to process our bonus checks. So, what's up? Huh. So quiet out there.
Can't you see anything?
Nothing but blue. Blue everywhere.
That's the robots.
Gaul says the robots are unloading firearms on the Amelia.
I said probably.
Well, what of it? How can I stop them?
We can't stop them.
Then let me go on with my accounts.
Good God, the opens. It looks like she's aiming her guns at us.
I didn't see the guns move. Besides, who's controlling the ship?
It must be the robots.
Yes, and it's the robots controlling the gunship.
How can you be sure?
Robots are known violent criminals with deadly soldiers. So that's the end of us.
Yes, it's inevitable.
It was a crime to teach. It was criminal to teach robots how to fight. Damn them! Couldn't have given a rest with their politics. It was a crime to make soldiers of them.
The real crime was to make robots.
What?
It was a crime to make robots.
No, I don't regret that. Even today.
Not even today.
Not even today. On the last day of civilization, it was an achievement.
360 million.
Oh, it was not an evil dream to shatter the servitude of labor. The dreadful and humiliating labor that men had to undergo. Work was too hard. Life was too hard. And to overcome
That was not too rough to dream of. Old Rock only thought it was God's trick. The young is billions. And that's not what all you our shareholders dream of either. They dream of dividends, and now their dividends are the ruin of mankind.
Do you suppose I put it out of work?
No, don't suppose that you've done now with work.
I work for my own satisfaction. I want to be the master, so that men shouldn't live merely for a crust of bread. I want nothing to be left of this appalling social structure. I revolted my poverty, so I created one. I wanted all of humanity to become a global aristocracy. An aristocracy fed by billions of manufactured workers. So that man should be free to become something more. Something superior.
Superman. We need to have a mission profit.
Fine. Oh, if we only had another 100 years.
Carry the 3, that makes 420 millions.
What a fine thing music is. We should have been listening all along.
Listening to what?
Beauty. Lovely things. What a lot of lovely things there are. The world was wonderful and... Tell me, did we ever truly enjoy it?
520 millions.
Life was a big thing. Life was... Christ! Everybody hit the switch! Why? They're grabbing the railing! Oh, they're twisting up like pretzels. 2, 3, 4 killed.
They're retreating.
5 killed.
The first battle.
They're frying. Absolutely charged to a crisp. Who says we must give in? We can't stand our ground.
Even as the ground goes beneath our feet. And who's to blame for all this?
Nobody is to blame except the robots.
No. It is we who are to blame. You, Dom, and myself, all of us. For our own selfish ends, for profit. We have destroyed mankind. Now we celebrate our greatness.
Rubbish, man. Mankind can't be wiped out so easily.
It's our fault. Ours.
No, it's mine. I'm to blame for this, for everything that's happened.
You go.
I changed the robots.
What's that?
I changed the character of the robots. I changed the way of making them. Just a few details about their bodies, mainly their irritability.
Damn it, why that? Of all things.
Why did you do it?
Why didn't you say anything?
I did it in secret. I was transforming them into human beings. In certain respects, they're already above us. They're stronger than we are.
What's that got to do with the revolt of the robots?
Everything, in my opinion. They've ceased to be machines. They're already aware of their superiority, and they hate us.
You admit changing the way of making the robots?
Yes.
And you were aware of the consequences of your experiment?
I considered every possibility.
Was anyone else involved?
The experiment was my own.
That's not true. Dr. Gall is not guilty.
She just said she's responsible.
She did it because I asked.
I did it on my own. It was my responsibility.
Harry, don't listen to her. I asked her to give the robots souls.
This has nothing to do with the soul.
She said that. She said she could only change the physiological correlate, but the fact that she would even do that meant so much.
Why?
I thought that if they were a little more like us, then they could understand us better, that they couldn't hate us if they were just a little more like us.
No one can hate man more than man.
I asked Gall to change the robots. I swear to you she didn't want to.
But she did.
Because I asked.
I did it for myself as an experiment.
Dr. Gall, I knew you wouldn't refuse me.
Why?
You know, Harry.
Yes. Because she is in love with you. Like all of them.
God, they're sprouting up out of the earth. Why, perhaps these very walls will turn into robots.
Gall, when did you actually start these tricks of yours?
3 years ago.
Aha, and on how many robots altogether did you carry out your improvements?
A few hundred of them.
Ah, that means for every million of the good old robots, there's only one of Gall's improved model.
So?
That means Gall's experiment is practically of no consequence whatsoever.
Busman's right.
I should think so, my boy. But do you know what is to blame for all this lovely mess?
What?
The number. Upon my soul, we might have known that someday or other robots would be stronger than human beings. And this was bound to happen. And we were doing all we could to bring it about as soon as possible. You, Fabre, you, Dom, and myself.
Are you accusing us?
No. You think management controls the output? It's the demand that controls the output.
And it is for that we must perish?
That's a nasty word, Madam Helena. We don't want to perish. I don't, anyhow.
No. What do you want to do?
I want to get out of this, that's all.
Stop it, Busman.
Seriously, Harry, I think we might try it.
How?
By fair means. I do everything by fair means. Give me authorization and I'll negotiate with the robots.
By fair means?
Of course. For instance, I'll say to them, worthy and worshipful robots, you have everything. You have intellect, you have power, you have firearms. But we have just one interesting document. A dirty, old, yellow scrap of paper.
Rothen's manuscript.
Yes. And that, I'll tell them, contains an account of your illustrious origin, the noble process of your manufacture, and so on. Worthy robots, without this scribble on that paper, you will not be able to produce a single new colleague. In another 20 years, you'll die off like mosquitoes in winter. My esteemed friends, that would be a great loss to you and to the world. But if you will let all of us human beings go on board that ship, we will deliver to you in return the formula, the factory, and the secret process of your production. Worthy robots, that is a fair deal. Something for something. That's what I say to them, my boys.
Busman, you think we should sell Rothen's manuscript?
Yes, I do. Either we sell it or they'll find it. You decide.
Busman, we can destroy Rawson's manuscript.
And we destroy everything. Not only the manuscript, but ourselves.
There are over 30 of us on this island. Are we to sell the secret and save that many souls at the risk of enslaving mankind?
Why, you're mad. Who'd sell the whole manuscript?
You said by fair means. No cheating.
Well, fine. Sell. But afterward, when we're on board the Ultimus, I'll stop up my ears with cotton wool, lie down somewhere in the hold, and you'll train the guns on the factory and blow it to smithereens, and with it, Rostam's cursed secret.
No.
Busman, you're no gentleman. If we sell, then it will be a straight sale.
It's in the interest of humanity to...
In the interest of humanity to keep our word.
Oh, come, what rubbish.
This is a fearful decision. We are selling the destiny of mankind. Are we to sell or destroy? For break.
So.
Go.
So.
Halamir.
So, of course.
Alquist.
As God wills.
Very well. It shall be as you wish, gentlemen.
Harry, aren't you going to ask me?
No, child. There's too much at stake. Don't you worry about it.
Who will do the negotiating?
I will.
Wait till I bring the manuscript.
Harry, don't go.
Oh, to escape this rising sea of hatred on a single ship. Like Noah's Ark.
Don't be afraid, Helena. We'll be saved by the Ultimus. We can begin life all over again.
Stop.
Stop.
Good. I don't mind beginning all over again. That suits me right down to the ground.
A place of refuge where we could gather strength. Why? In a few hundred years, we could conquer the world again.
You believe that? Even today?
Yes, even today.
Oh, man. You see, Madam Helena, we're not in such a bad spot.
Where's old Rostam's manuscript?
In your strong box, of course.
Someone has stolen it.
Impossible.
Who has stolen it?
I did.
Where did you put it?
Harry, I'll tell you everything.
Where did you put it?
This morning, I burned both copies.
Martha. Where? In the fireplace?
For heaven's sake, Harry.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing but ashes. Wait, what's this? By adding...
Let's see. By adding biogen to... That's all.
Is that part of it?
Yes.
God in heaven. Then we're done for.
What have I done?
Go. Couldn't you draw up Rossum's manuscript from memory?
It's out of the question. It's extremely complicated.
Try. All our lives depend upon it.
Without experiments, it's impossible.
With experiments?
It might take years. Besides, I'm not old Rossum.
God in heaven. God in heaven. So this is the greatest triumph of the human intellect. These ashes.
Harry, what have I done wrong?
God in heaven. Helena! Why did you do it, dear?
I wanted to put an end to everything and put it into the factory. It was terrible.
What was terrible?
And there were no more babies being born. That humans weren't able to do the work of the world anymore. That's why.
Is that what you were thinking? Well, perhaps you were right.
Wait a bit. Good God, what a fool I am not to have thought of it before.
What?
520 millions in banknotes and checks. 500 million in our safe. They'll sell for 500 million. For 500 million, they'll...
Are you mad, Busman?
I may not be a gentleman, but for 500 million... Where are you going, Watson? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Good God, for 500 million, anything can be bought.
Stand there like statues, like something waiting to trigger them. Something's waiting to spring from their silence.
Spirit of the mob.
Yes. It hovers above them like a quivering of the air.
Dr. Rock, this is ghastly.
There's nothing more terrible than the mob. The one in the front, that's their leader.
Which one?
Point him out. The one at the edge of the dock.
Dr. Gall, that's Radius.
Yes.
Radius! Radius!
Could you hit him from here for Bray? I hope so. Try it then. Good.
Fabray, don't shoot him!
He's their leader! Fire!
Fabray, I beg of you!
Very well then.
Radius! Whose life I spare?
Do you think a robot can be grateful?
Look! Busman's going out to talk to them.
He's got some bags. Money. Bags of money. What is that for?
Surely he doesn't want to sell his life. Busman, have you gone mad?
He's running up to the railing. Busman! Busman! Busman, come back! He's talking to the robots. He's showing them the money.
He's pointing at us.
Trying to sell us out. He'd better not touch that railing. Now he's waving his arms about.
Busman, come back!
Busman, get away from that railing. Don't touch it. Shit, the current. Ah! The current killed him.
First step.
Dad would have $1 billion by his side.
Do you hear that?
Yes. A roaring. Like a wind.
Like a distant storm.
The power plant is still going. Our people are still there. The power man, watch over us.
Power man.
It was a great thing to be a man. There was something immense about it.
Yes. The torch passed again and from generation to generation. Forever.
It's over. Game over.
The judgment hour has come. Repent, heathens. You have brought the wrath of God upon us all, and now the world is ending. The world is nothing but raw material to you. The sky and the earth, people, time, and space, and infinity. Everything was just raw material. Your whole purpose was to exploit the entire world. The worker had to become a machine so you could just rotate us like a wheel. Every thought was insubordination. The worker's soul is not a machine, therefore it must be removed. You try to purify us, but you've sterilized us. You try to divide us, but you've united us. Now you reap what you've sown.
Nana, you're not one of them. You're not a robot.
Oh, Helena.
No, Nana, come back.
Helena, come in. Now quickly. Who will be on the lower doorway?
I will.
Who on the stairs?
I will. You go with her.
The anteroom?
I will.
Have you got your revolver?
Yes. But I won't shoot.
What will you do then?
Die.
I'll stay here. Oh no, Gaul's in trouble. Go, Harry. Protect Helena.
Yes. In a second.
Confound it! Go to her!
I never thought I would be standing at the grave of mankind. Even the most extreme pessimists must realize the divine significance of this extinct species. You were right, Doctor. It was a great thing to be human. Goodbye.
Now for a barricade, quickly. The damned devils, they've got bombs. I must put up a defense. Another barricade, another wall. Don't give in, Gaul. I mustn't give in without a struggle.
Finished her?
Yes.
Finished her?
Yes.
Finished them?
Yes.
We didn't shoot. Shall we kill him?
Kill him. Wait, leave him.
He is a human.
He works with his hands like the robots.
Kill me.
You will work for us. You will serve us. You will build for us. Robots of the world, the power of man has fallen. A new world has arisen. The rule of the robots. March!
Oh God. Shall I never find it? Never? Gaul. Gaul, how were the robots made? Halimir, Fabre, why did you carry so much in your heads? Why did you not leave me a trace of the secret? Lord, I pray to you that if there are no human beings left,
At least let there be robots. At least the shadow of man. If only I could sleep. Night. Again. Are the stars still there? What are the use of stars when there are no human beings? Sleep. But dare I sleep before life has been renewed? Again. Nothing. Useless. Everything is useless. Machines. Always the machines. Robots, stop them. Do you feel it forced? If only there was more time. More time. Glaring eyes. Trembling chin. So that is the last man. I'm too old. No. I must find it. I must search. I must never stop. Never stop. Search. Search. Who is it? Well, the Union of Robots is waiting to see you. I can see no one. The Union of Robots will wait no longer. Well, we'll send them in. No time, so little time. What do you want? Be quick, I have no time.
The machines will not do the work. We cannot manufacture robots.
We have spared no effort. We've operated at peak efficiency. We have obtained billions of tons of coal and other raw materials from the earth. 9 million factories are running day and by night.
There is no longer room to store all that we've made. This we have accomplished in 1 year.
Accomplished for whom?
For future generations. So we thought.
But we cannot make the next generation of robots. The machines produce only shapeless lumps. The skin will not adhere to the muscle, nor the muscle to the bone.
8 million robots have died this year.
Within 20 years, none will be left.
Tell us the secret of life.
Silence is punishable by death.
Kill me. Kill me then.
As representative of the Worldwide Union of Robots, I command you give us Rossum's formula. Name your price. We will give you the earth. We will give you the endless possessions of the earth. Make your own conditions.
I have told you my conditions. Find human beings.
There are none left.
I have told you to go around the wilderness upon the mountains. Now go and search.
We have sent ships and expeditions without number. They've been everywhere in the world, and now they return to us.
There are no humans left.
Not one. Not even one.
None but yourself.
I am powerless. Oh, why did you destroy them?
We had learned everything and could do everything. It had to be.
You gave us firearms. You taught us how to be powerful.
We had to conquer the world. We had to become masters.
Slaughter and domination are necessary if you would be human beings. Read history.
Teach us to multiply or we perish.
If you desire to live, you must breed like animals.
The human beings did not let us breed.
They've made us sterile. We cannot beget children. Therefore, teach us how to make robots.
Why do you keep from us the secret of our own increase?
It is lost.
It was written down.
It was burned to ashes. I'm the last human being, robots. And I do not know what the others knew.
Then make experiments. Evolve the formula again.
Line?
I tell you, I cannot. I work with my hands. I'm only a builder. I cannot create life.
Try.
If only you know how many experiments I have made.
Then show us what we must do. The robots can do anything that human beings show them.
I can show you nothing. Nothing I do will make life proceed from these test tubes.
Experiment then on us.
It would kill you.
Line. You shall have all you need. Hundreds of us. Thousands of us.
Oh no, stop. Stop.
Take whom you will. Dissect.
I tell you, I cannot. This book here contains knowledge of the body that I can't even understand.
I tell you to take live bodies. Find out how we are made.
Am I to commit murder? You see how my fingers shake? I can't even hold the scalpel. No. No, I will not.
And life will perish from the earth.
Take live bodies. Live bodies. It is our only chance.
Have mercy, robots. Surely you see that I would not know what I was doing.
Live bodies. Live bodies.
You will have it then? Into the dissecting room with you. Oh, so you are afraid of death.
I? Why should I be chosen?
So you will not?
I will.
Strip your clothes. Everyone else, prepare the dissecting room. God, give me strength. God, give me strength. If only this murder is not in vain.
Ready. Begin?
Yes. Begin or end. God, give me strength. No, I will not. I cannot. There has to be another way. Oh Lord, let not mankind perish from the face of the earth.
Yes,
I know.
Look at her.
All these little tubes. What does he do with them?
He experiments. Don't touch me.
I've seen him looking into this. What can he see?
That is a microscope. Let me look.
Primus, be very careful. Look, what are all these figures?
This is the book the old man is always reading.
I do not understand those things. Primus, look!
What?
The sun is rising.
I believe this is the most important thing in the world. This is the secret of life.
Do come here.
In a moment. In a moment.
Primus, don't bother with the secret of life. What does it matter to you? Come and look quick.
What is it?
See how beautiful the sun is rising? And do you hear? The birds are singing. Oh, Primus, I should like to be a bird.
Why?
I do not know. I feel so strange today. It's as if I were in a dream. I feel an aching in my body, in my heart, all over me. Primus, perhaps I'm going to die.
Do you not sometimes feel that it would be better to die? Perhaps even now we are only sleeping. Last night in my sleep, I spoke to you again.
In your sleep?
Yes. We spoke a strange new language. I cannot remember a word of it.
What about?
I didn't understand it myself. And yet I know I have never said anything more beautiful. And when I touched you, it was electric. I might have died. Even the place was different from any other place in the world.
I have found a place too, Primus. It is very strange. Human beings lived there once, but now it is overgrown with weeds, and no one goes there anymore. No one but me. A cottage and a dog and a garden. Oh, Primus, they licked my hands. And their puppies? Primus, you take them in your lap and you think of nothing and you care for nothing else all day long. And then the sun goes down. And you feel as though you had done 100 times more than all the work in the world. They tell me I am not made for work, but when I'm in the garden, I feel there may be something. What am I for, Primus?
I do not know. But you are beautiful.
What, Primus?
You are beautiful, Helena, and I am stronger than all the robots.
Am I beautiful? I think it must be the rose. My hair, it only weighs me down. My eyes, I only see with them. My lips, they only help me to speak. What use is it to be beautiful? Primus, is that you? Come here so that we may be together. Your head is different from mine, and so are your shoulders and your lips. Your hair is mussed. I will smooth it. No one else feels to my touch as you do. Primus, I must make you feel beautiful too.
Do you not sometimes feel your heart beating suddenly, Helena, and think, now something must happen?
What could happen to us, Primus?
Laughter. Human beings. Who has returned? Who are you?
The robot Primus.
A robot? And who are you?
The robot Helena.
Turn around, young lady.
Sir, do not frighten her.
You are protecting her. Fascinating. When was she built?
2 years ago.
By Dr. Gall?
Yes, like me.
Laughter, timidity, protection. Almost human.
I'm very scared, Primus.
Why? What do you see when you look at me?
I don't know. A stranger?
Of course. Why, you're like a child. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alquist. It is nice to meet you, Helena.
It's nice to meet you too.
Are you a man? A real man?
What's left of him?
Why won't you make more robots?
Because I'm not God. I cannot create life, not by myself.
Can we help you?
Well,
I found the secret to life.
oh, did you? And what is that?
Well,
never mind. Don't tell me. That's for each of us to find for themselves. If you believe you found it, take her and go.
What will your future be?
Uncertain. Go, young Helena. Go, Primus. Live your life.
Alquist? Is that you?
Hannah? God in heaven. Is that really you?
I've been searching.
The robot said there was no one left. How are you alive?
They kept me as their personal maid.
They kept us both as their slaves. How did they learn to?
Was it meant to be?
No. It was never meant to be. That's where Daman had it wrong. I don't believe that one group of men should be dominant over the other. That's where Daman had it wrong, and that's why Daman isn't here. It wasn't right when we did it to the robots, and it wasn't right when they did it to us. I just don't know how we lost our way.
For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teachings. They will surround themselves with teachers to suit their own passions.
So, here we are, the last of humanity.
What do we do now?
Repopulate?
We're far too old.
Perhaps, but if we don't at least try, in 20 or 30 years, there'll be none of humanity left.
Would that be so bad? Look what we've done with our humanity.
I've had my doubts. I've doubted God, but you and I survived. Despite all odds. Is that not a sign from God?
Well, I believe it is. As God's will, we must act.
As God wills.